Hello everyone, and today I'm going to present to you about the future trends of GPU or graphic processing unit. So for the market size and the growth rate for the GPU, and I'm going to talk about what is GPU first. So GPU or graphic processing unit, which is also known as visual processing unit, is a computer chip that performs mathematical calculations rapidly. For the purpose of rendering images, it is composed of hundreds of cores that handle thousands of threads simultaneously as compared to CPUs. CPU involves few cores with cache memory that limits its ability to handle multiple threads at the same time. Graphic processing units are called on plug-in cards in a chipset on a motherboard or in the same chip as CPU. The GPUs, which are located in standalone cards, contain their own RAM. However, in the chipset, they are shared main memory with CPU. Graphic processing unit uses transistors to perform mathematical calculations pertaining to 3D graphics. GPUs are widely used in portable electronic devices such as tablets, laptops, medical wearable equipment, mobile phones, and many more. Integrated and hybrid GPUs are in constant development to replace dedicated GPUs in applications such as artificial intelligence platforms, virtual reality and augmented reality systems, and supercomputers. The global GPU market size was valued at $19.75 billion in 2019 and is projected to reach at $200 billion by 2070, growing at a CAGR or compound annual growth rate of 33.6% from 2020 to 2027. And next is about key market trends. Many GPU manufacturers and cloud service providers are focusing on innovating and developing technologies to proliferate market growth. The advent of big data analytics and AI supports the growth of the market, but also the growth of AR, VR, business intelligence software solutions, and location intelligence software applications. Potential partnerships and collaborations between GPU manufacturers and cloud software solutions are also likely to be a major catalyst for market growth over the next 5 years. Some industry analysts predict that the GPU as a service market could be worth in excess of £5 billion by 2025. Alongside newer found application in the industry, gaming is still very much at the heart of the GPU market, and with cloud-based game streaming looking likely to be the future of things, there are huge growth predictions here for the GPU as a service market. There's also growing interest and application of AI and AR in gaming, which is also predicted to see massive growth over the next few years. The increasing demand of GPUs for cryptocurrency application over the past few years doesn't appear to slow down anytime soon, especially with GPU manufacturers ramping up production to help meet the high demand, including making hardware more specific to the task. And next is, what are the challenges to market growth of the GPU? The challenge they face is with how cryptocurrency is exceedingly popular in the moment. People tend to buy a lot of GPUs from stores to stores for Bitcoin mining, which affects the price of GPUs in the market to be pushed so high, resulting in people who do not involve or interested in Bitcoin mining. They do not want to purchase new GPU as if the price was too expensive that maybe they cannot afford to buy. As the price of these cryptocurrencies has increased, graphic cards now experiencing retail stock shortage. A range of mid or high-end graphic cards from AMD or NVIDIA are in short supply, mostly due to cryptocurrency miners buying them in bulk to build machines to mine Bitcoin and similar cryptocurrencies. On some websites report that pricing for NVIDIA's GeForce GTX 1070 should be around $380 depending on the model. But some cards are now being sold for more than $700 due to the stock shortage, an increase of more than 80%, which is a lot of money. So who are the key players in this market? The latest GPU market report for the second quarter of 2021 has been published by JPR, showing both Intel and NVIDIA increasing their respective market share while AMD declined. According to JPR non-petty research, PC GPU shipments reached 123 million units in quarter 2 2021. The market shipments increased 3.4% sequentially and 37% year-over-year, while CPU shipments also saw a major uptick of 42% from the previous year. The research firm believes that the GPU market will continue to grow at a compound annual growth rate of 3.5% from 2020 till 2025 and will reach a total of 3,318 million units by the end of the forecast period. As for the vendors' specific shipments in quarter 2 2021, Intel led the GPU segment with a 68.29% share, up from 68.18% last quarter. NVIDIA followed with a slight increase in its overall GPU share that currently holds steady at 15.23%, up from 15.17% last quarter, while AMD's GPU share declined to 16.48, down from 16.65 last quarter. Overall, GPU shipments increased by 3.4% from the last quarter, with AMD shipments increased by 2.3%. Intel shipments increased by 3.6%, and NVIDIA's shipments increasing by 3.8%. So on our last topic is about the threats faced by the key players. So what are the threats faced by the key players? The threat they are experiencing is the stock shortage. As said before, in NVIDIA and AMD, the key players of the GPU market are now facing with the problem of stock shortage. They cannot produce enough GPUs for an extremely high demand of people wanting those GPUs to upgrade their own PCs at home. And with the current pandemic situation, people tend to stay home more, so the demand and use of PCs at home for gaming, for example, is higher than before because the massive portion of world's population were ended stuck at home during COVID-19 lockdown situation. So, how they fix this problem? As for now, it's not as it was fixed yet, but Nvidia is extending its cryptocurrency mining limits to newly manufactured GeForce RTX 3080, RTX 3070, and RTX 3060 Ti graphic cards. After nerfing the hash rate of the RTX 3060 for its launch in February, Nvidia is now starting to label new cards with a light hash rate or LHR identifier to let potential customers know the cards will be restricted from mining. This will help aid with the GPU stock shortage much or less in the upcoming future. The LHR is built for the graphic card or the GPU to have less performance on how they can mine the Bitcoin. So with this LHR graphic cards, people who buy graphic cards for mining the Bitcoin, they cannot buy this one. I mean they can, but it will be no use for them because the mining performance has been dramatically decreased, around 70%. So for people who want the graphic cards for playing games, I think they are pretty excited about this graphic card to be released so they can buy. And that's the end of my presentation. Thank you for your attention and for listening to me, and I'll see you next time.